until you can vote for someone, until you know their work, until you know, and they know. The truth is, if I give you business, Carol, I know that it is my reputation I have put at hand.
Yeah.
And not, you will not put everyone's stake at hand. You can't carry everyone's burden. There are people you know that one is a Christian, but I can't give the business to that guy because he will pay. So those are some of the things. So because of vulnerability, we have grown stronger together.
Good evening. Welcome to Karaoke Moments. This is a channel where we discuss about life conversations. And in our channel, we have a tagline where we believe life is a journey, you walk in it. Have you subscribed into this channel? If you haven't, we want to welcome you to subscribe to this channel, Karaoke Moments. Turn on your notifications so that you can be able to receive our videos when we send them and release them. You receive them on time. And also we welcome you to like our videos, make a comment, and keep on sharing with your friends and within your circles of influence so that Karaoke can be able to grow. We love you and we really adore you. We want to welcome our guest today who is visiting Karaoke Moment Studio, and just to tell us about himself and what he has for us today to help us in this journey of life in Karaoke Moments. Hello.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, kindly introduce yourself. Tell us your name, where you come from and where you live, and your marital status.
So my name is John Wambogu Wahome. I am married to one wife. I'm Kenyan, but I'm currently working and living in the UK. Yes.
Oh, good to hear that. And yes. How long have you been married?
Turning a year in a few days. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yes.
So we want to welcome you to this channel, this studio of ours at Karaoke Moment. And basically, we believe in so many things in this channel. We believe in faith. There are people who believe in faith of God, and we believe in God. We also like to inspire ourselves and be able to inspire each and every one of us. We can discuss about culture sometimes. We can discuss about motivational aspects. We can also discuss about traveling. So we believe in everything that compasses life, including even marriage is part of life. Yeah. So we would like to know what you can tell us about your journey as a young man. By the way, you were young and now already married. What is your moment of inspiration in life today? What can you tell us?
Wow, moments of inspirations. One of the things is, like you said, this place is about God. Is for me, God is a central pillar of whatever I do. I think one of the things I've gotten to learn, appreciate, is that I am in God's holy hands. Like, there's so many things when I look at what I have gone through, which is not an easy journey for anyone, but there has always been God that beats, and you can see here, God was removing me here, putting me here. I would say I have experienced failures, some big failures, and some big areas where I thought, God, why did I have to fail here? Only that God wanted me to fail, that He may show His hands, his elements of God. Like, there's so much of God, I think, in my life that I can only be dependent on Him. Like, to be honest, I tell people, I was retrenched at one. I've been retrenched twice in my previous career, in previous job back in Nairobi, by good companies. Not because I was not performing, but organizations just choose to do away with businesses in certain areas of the world and all that. Even when I was really at my prime, not because of performance, but only that God has used those moments. I would say I lived for 3 years without a formal job in Nairobi. but only that God provided here, God provided here. God allowed me to learn a new skill, to learn many things. Often I would be the one behind the camera. Now I am here, just because God has brought me through those elements. And I think for me, that grounding in itself is everything. So yeah, so basically that's it. So that's why I share, I talk a lot, but yeah, so that's partly it.
Good. So I can pick that there's a point there of trusting God.
Yes.
That you've wholly and entirely trusted God. And maybe just looking at you as a young man, do you have any pointers to discuss with us? Being young and now already married, what made you sober? What sobered you up at quite an early age and be able to get married? And I know age is just a number. Everybody has what they call age, but I'm giving it a comparison of where you are at and you're already now married. What do you think helped you to sober up and be able to make the right decisions?
Like I said, for me, God has always been my primary source of. I would say I drink from God. Like my source of the well I drink from is God. So often than not, most of my decisions are based on what does God say? What does God? Would this please God? Would this be in line with what God would want me to? But also something also very very critical for me has always been I've had a pillar of support. One began from my family, which I am grateful for. My brothers and sister and my parents have always been there, even in the in the most difficult moments. I think I can be honest to say that they have been there. I think I have three brothers and a sister, two brothers and a sister, and my parents have always been there for me, worked with me. But also, I have another family. I would say my band of brothers. Those guys have kept me sane. They are the reason I am sober. They will call, those guys who keep you in. Edward, this is wrong. Like, we know you. This you can't do this. This is, they have always been there. And I would celebrate them. I have it. One, that there's a whole group, the pillars, who are pillars. I honor you. I love you guys. You're there. I would mention them by name. And let me be honest, they're men who are doing great things in this life. These are guys who, in what they do, like, I can trust them. To be honest with you, I can trust them with being sane. We look out for each other. Even as much as I am here away for it's been almost a few months since I came, we're still in touch. We still call each other. We still pray together. We still hold communal Bible reviews and all that, and hold together. We've done that back at home. We still do it today. We visit our families together. These guys are one of the best things. I would, in just in honoring them. We have our founding father, DC Mutua. He's a brilliant guy. There's DC Mutua, there's Godwin Kilonzo, there's Andrew Musita, there's Naftali Budamba, there's Julius Kiptun, there's Steve Kenyanjui, there's David Mwangi, and there's myself. These ones are a solid group, and I love them. I love them. Two, a few people who would not miss out on my list of accountability men. There's Hezekiel Chege. This one is another brilliant gentleman. For that, I honor them. These ones, I honor them in terms of one of being strong for me. Then there's Stephen Siloma, my oldest friend, literally as old as almost 13 years today. So yeah, those are men. Like, I would say, for me, having that accountability, people who will question. Last time we talked, you were doing this. How far have you progressed? Yeah. Especially progress in life is an important element. When we just don't sit and think that we are living, there's always progress in that group. So this is what I am doing. How do we support you? For me, that has been an important part of why, and that's why I was sober. To beyond that, I think for me, even sobriety came from for them, and they know. Even when dating, they knew, is it heading to marriage? The question is it heading to marriage? If no, there's no reason. And they are critical calling it, well, man, I think here you need to sober up, here you need to man up. This is not you, you are more than this, I would say uh, way back, I think 6 years ago, I told Chege who I had intentions to date, and he told me, young man, I'll slap you on your face. I was like, he's that, Wahome, you're better than that, as real as it is, you're better than that. And that's why I'm saying the fact that you can call each other out. We would not allow one to make mistakes, then mourn later. We call them. So yeah, those are some of the things that really have kept us sober.
Oh, okay. Where I'm laughing is as you're talking that I've remembered very senior boys club, because when you're talking, I'm remembering a very senior group of boys club, very wealthy in Kenya, that at one time they came up really on the internet because they are wealthy, they are doing well back in Kenya, they're very prominent people, and when one of their members was unwell, they came out and talked about how they were holding each other accountabilities. I cannot be able to mention their name because I'm not privy to that, but I'm saying what helped me to see. Sometimes people think it is only women who loves groupings, but amazingly, I think when men get together, they think big and they build each other, and it comes out very well. Because it's one of the areas that I've seen, even when those people were talking, because allow me before I come to your group, to that group, when they were talking about all of them, they are living big and large. They are leaders in their organization. They have their companies, and you would see the cars they drive, the land, the properties. They are all almost pairing each other at the same spot. So one thing that I like is for me to hear this group of us. And by the way, I know, I salute you guys. Some of you, I know you. Yeah, in person, some of you just following me on social media. So that's a nice thing you people are doing. I'm very proud to say that, yeah, I know some of you. And the ones I don't know, I have also known you. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to keep accountability of each other. And even when you get married or when you get older, it is important. This is part of life that I can say that it helps people to know that you're vulnerable, and you have people who can wear your shoes and stop you when you're making the wrong decisions. And when you're making wrong decisions in all aspects of life, they can be able to stop you and sober you up and say, no, what are you doing? Personally, I have an accountability partner as well, a lady, and we've been friends for the last 3 plus for 27 years now.
Wow.
And we are still very good friends. And even when I was dating my husband, when we were getting married, she's always in my picture. And even now when I'm married, she can be able to stop me and say, hey, karaoke, stop. What did you say? You said you were on the wrong. And even when they don't know my husband or any other friend, she's very sober. She sobers me up, and I can as well sober her up. So I would like to encourage you. It's not only because you were single and dating, but even in marriage, I'm not saying that you will involve them in your marriage matters per se, but you can't say that now you can lose them because they sober you up. They know you better. I know in matters of marriage, it's good to have your best couple who is married, but on matters of friendship, I think it is okay. And maybe just to find out, what topics do you people speak? Why I'm asking this question, John, is for you to be able to speak to any other man, especially the young generation, who might be making wrong decisions because of standing alone. You know, the way we normally say, an antelope that is weak and that is running away from the wild. Sorry, I love wild animals.
Okay.
Is the one that is attacked easily by maybe a lion. But when they move together, like the wild beasts, the way they move together, it is hard for a lion to try and spot the one it's going to maul. And in this case, even the evil one, Satan, and is able to come through to a weaker one who is segregating themselves and making wrong decisions. So just to find out, what topics, when you people meet, do you think you have helped each other in this journey? You have talked about dating. Any other topics?
So originally, we began as a prayer group. We needed to pray and fast together. to as accountability partners in prayer and fasting. Then we realized that we needed to ground ourselves more in the word. So we began doing the word together. Then we got to appreciate that in as much as there's the word of God, there's our spiritual life, we have other areas of our lives that are alive. So we started looking at investments. What do we need to do career wise? Okay, that's why I say the question. We began our meetings like originally were monthly. Then we realized we need to catch up. No, monthly in terms of we have a monthly where we go and sit down and eat. Typically eat just to be able to, as we fellowship, and we close out anything else on that day. So we got to realize we need career wise, and you'll actually see almost almost a big number of them have gone back to school in the same period. Is like, for you to accelerate here in your career here, you need to upskill certain levels. Then we always one of the good things I think for us on this was the realness, being real with the vulnerability of being real with one another. People who will ask you, the last time you said you were here, what progress have you made? Not because they want to shame you, but because they want you to know that next time you can't say you are at the same level. And that is how it all began. Then we got to realize we need mentorship. So who are the people around us who can offer mentorship? And I can tell you, even beyond pillars, one of our friends, I think I would look at it. The more you realize that people are ahead of you, no one is a jack of all trades. No one is the perfect person, even in that group. We know people who are doing really big in real estate. Like we have a real estate guy who's doing really big. We have all skills. We have, I can mention, but they're still doing. They're all rising up in their spheres of influence. And I would be honest, even a few others now. When we realize that there's also cliques, I would be honest with you, adult friendship is quite tough. Adult friendship is quite tough because everyone is involving everything. But the intentionality, I think for us, the intentionality, even beyond pillars, even among a few other friends, like I would be, there are people who have been praying with us, even since I came, who pray for us. I know that in their mind, like, I know I can vote that I know God, I know they pray for me. They don't need to tell me because they are that close. They pray for me. And that level of intentionality is one of the good things I have loved about it. And those are some of the things I say beyond, they keep me accountable. Like I would know. And the same way they keep me accountable, I keep them accountable. Which is a mutual thing. And I think so those are some of the things that I think are really I would pick from.
Okay. You know why? I'm thinking of some of the things that at times they come out and not at times very truthful, but more of rumor that is turned into a belief system. That men, they don't talk. Men, they like to hold their things. Men, they don't cry. Men, they don't show emotions. Men, they don't share when they are in trouble or, for example, sick or dead. Now that you're in an accountability group, do you think a man feels weak? And personally, like yourself, do you think it makes you a lesser, weaker man? And are you able to show your emotions, your heartache? Those are two questions. Does it make you a weaker man for you to be able to be vulnerable to other men? And number two, does it make you feel exposed?
One is not a weaker man. Is actually the strength in weakness, the strength in vulnerability. Why I say that is because I know you seek support. When you're strong, there's no support, there's no reason for support. But when you're weak, there are people who will come out. And I know one of the big problem is that I will show my weakness and people will utilize it. One of my friends says, friendships and even vulnerability is giving somebody a loaded gun to put it on your head and hoping they will never use it. So that means that you're giving somebody like literally reasons to attack you, and that's why I would put it here that only God can help you, literally, and God being that the genuineness to discern. Because the truth is, even in our Christian circles, there are people you will tell and it will be all over. There are people you can't trust, but only God leads. And the truth is, when God leads those people to you, He will sustain them there. He will allow you. And that's why those bonds really grow. It is important that, because I know the level of vulnerability that we share, we trust each other. There's the level of trust, and I can tell you that's where it comes from. If I hear a rumor about something, I would like know that I can vouch for. Like I would say something happened outside, and somebody comes and says, "Well, how may I had?" I even told the person, "I don't want to hear more. I want you to tell me."
Yeah.
That level of, because it is and there are things you can vouch for people. I know there are businesses, and one of the things, like I would say, even in the level in my circle of friends, I've learned a lot of businesses have happened. I do this. This is what our company is trying to do. I will call my friends, which and a lot of business has actually gone round within our circles. The same way, if I have production, I know who to call. I know, because in my circle, there's somebody who is doing. The truth, I have learned from all my friends. I've done a lot of business when I was back in Kenya, and I've also shared businesses with them, which I would say, unfortunately, around the Christian fraternity is not a very, very common thing, because you'll realize Christians are the one who will shortchange you more than people of the other side. So until you can vouch for someone, until you know their work, until and they know, the truth is, if I give you business, Carol, I know that it is my reputation I have put at hand. And you will not put everyone's stake at hand. You can't carry everyone's burden. There are people that one is a Christian, but I can't give the business to that guy because he will fail. So those are some of the things. So because of vulnerability, we have grown stronger together. Even with my friends, I know it's a lot. Yeah.
So to me, I'm getting the benefits of being in a group whereby you have accountability. It's beneficial, and where you can be able to lay yourself, allow me to use this word, naked in their presence. And as I said, I know some of those people. I know, some of those people that you've mentioned. I know Naftali, I know Chege, I know Siloma. I think those are the ones that I know face to face and have interacted with them. But I also followed this DC and the others. Now I'm getting to know them. But what I want to say is, even when you listen to that, for you to be able even to mention their name, I think it is the feeling secure in them, even to call out. And you know what, you guys, wherever you'll be spotted, because you've been mentioned. Someone will say, "No, I had this, you can't do that. I had Chege, you can't do that." So you see, it helps someone to stand, and knowing that you are being watched by even the unknown. I'm not saying that is what makes us stand, but what do you have to hide then if you know you're doing the right thing? That's how you look at yourself. Because as we said, you can be private, but you don't have to be secretive. Because that is what I feel like as a Christian, it makes us be seen to be to lose it, and to be able to be very open. And the more you have secrets, the more you get into trouble, as we said, of that antelope that is always chased by the lion. It's going to be mauled. So I believe, even starting as a young person, other than older, when you're regretting after having made many mistakes, any time is a good time. And seasons are given up by God. Some of us will start marriages early. Some of us will start late. But whichever season you are in life, I think I've found it very beneficial to be vulnerable. Some people actually it's their siblings.
Yeah.
Some people it's just their siblings, whereby two sisters are vulnerable to each other.
Yeah.
They're sisters, but also their friends. They can be able to share their business issues and startups. Maybe they can share their Christian faith and temptation and journey and wrong mistakes they're making. So to me, I think today we are learning, since life is a journey, we are walking through in it, and it is okay to walk through with our friends. Some of our friends, like personally, even today, I feel like encouraging even people who are not married, because I know when you're married, it could be seen, oh, just because you're married. I remember even in my singlehood, when I wasn't married, I had even friends, someone, male friends, like electrical and mechanical things. I had male friends that I can call and ask them about equipments and gadgets. For example, finances. I would find I have one male friend who I was vulnerable to, even before I make any decision of buying or doing anything, who has been my friend for over 20 years. I was vulnerable to him. To date, when I got married, I'm still continuing with him, definitely with the knowledge of my husband.
Yes.
But he's known to him. There's no secret. We can be private and say, hey, my husband, now here, because we are two now, this is where we are. I think to me, what I like about when someone knows you is the stopping and keeping you on check, and being able to say no. You said you're dating who? No. You just the other day first finished with so and so before this. Or they'll say, how comes you want to invest in a car and you don't even have anywhere to park?
Yeah.
Why don't you even do this? So people will sober you up, and there's nobody who is empty.
Yes.
No matter, and it's not about money and class. People will come into your life and they have something.
Yeah.
So I really want to thank you for even your encouragement.
Yeah.
Maybe you can give us a final closing remark. So what can you tell a man who is out there or a woman who is out there for this case?
So there is need for a tribe, like we call it. There is need for accountability. There is need for people who you can rely on. People who, when you call, they will respond. One of the things that has also even helped us, because being married, some and even a number of those friends are as close to me as they are, as we have with my wife. We've grown that friendship to a point that, like, my wife is a friend to some of them, because I realized one of the small lessons I learned early is that, as I am married, like you said, you're married. There are people who, by the time your husband was meeting you, you are this person because there was input from them.
Yeah.
So there is that element of there's input from my friends that has made me who I am. The moment I stop taking feedback, drinking from the wells of my friends, I stop being the person she loved. So in as much as there is growth, and there is growth which is important. Like today, I know I am accountable beyond my friends here. My best couple are people we have to talk to. There are people we have to engage. There are people who we have, which is an important thing. So there's another additional well. It does not stop me from drinking from the other one. Okay? Because often what happens is when you outgrow or you move to a different class, you think that you leave these other people. You forget that you are where you are because these people are feeding.
Yeah.
So it is important to, in as much as we grow. That's why it's important to grow the people around you, so that when we are growing, we are all growing together. So as much as we are drinking from a well up here or something from up here, it's important to also grow. And that is what I would advise, that get a group of people you're accountable to and let you grow together.
Wow. Thank you so much for the insights and for reminding us. It's true. It's good to have someone who can be able to speak into our lives. And you'll find sometimes I feel like when someone feels like they don't need anyone other than themselves, there could be an element of pride, and you think you know it all. Everybody will benefit from someone. It doesn't matter. Do you know even your child can stop you and tell you, mommy or daddy, I think here you're making a wrong decision. And when you sober up and stop, you realize, oh, it's true. This is it. I think here I'm making a wrong decision. So to me, I value people, and I think in my mind, I've made up my mind, everybody can be able to add a value. But it doesn't mean that you need to take everything for people. But it's good to listen to people. Don't ignore people. Have a group that or a person that you can be able, even career-wise. Maybe your manager has something that you can be able to tap from them. Tap it from them. You will learn maybe even in way down the line how you can be a good manager. Sometimes it would be maybe just a fellow Christian who has good virtues. Maybe you're struggling with maybe lying, and this person is truthful, for example, just on top of my head. That's an example. Learn from them. See what is happening. Maybe it's people who are just good investors. People who just know how they'll never be in debt, yet they don't have much, but they know how to generate. Learn from them. Everybody can be able to learn from something because, as we say, life is a journey, walk in it. Never take anyone for granted. Just learn from people, get accountability, and be transparent. Live a private life, but not a secretive life. That's our take home. Thank you so much. For those ones who have not subscribed, kindly subscribe here at Karaoke Moments. Turn on your notification. And also, remember to like, comment, and share our videos. We love you. Until we meet again, God bless you. Bye.
Bye.